Today we're gonna learn how to paint some happy clouds. Woo! Welcome to Confidence Painting. I'm your host, Paige, and we're gonna be here doing a little swishy swashy on a canvas and learning about trees, clouds, grass, rocks, all the things that go into a beautiful landscape. I am going to be referencing a landscape by Michael Stark. I have 5 bajillion. Blick Arts is kind of like my candy store. If you guys go in and mention my name, you will not get any discount at all because I have no pull. It is very important when you are painting anything to print your reference out. I don't have a printer that works right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this iPad. Honestly, works better if you're cool with like maybe getting paint on your iPad. We have some burnt sienna, some phthalo green, cerulean blue, just pure yellow, I'm assuming that's what the name is, white, and Mars black. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm gonna mix, let's see, a little of my yellow, just pull it over here, a little blue, creating a very stereotypical green, but we see how vibrant that is, so I'll pull a little white, okay. Lightens it up, pull a little burnt sienna. I don't know why this is so clumpy today. And just sort of work it in. A lot of people say to get one of these palette knives and like swoosh your paint around. I don't know, whatever. This is more fun for me. Okay, great. That's kind of a color, like an army green. I'm vibing that. Let's just start with our line. We're gonna have a very low horizon line for this landscape. This kind of reminds me of Rugrats. Like kind of like pukey pastels. I'm trying to be more ballsy and just like throw that paint on the brush and see what happens, Paige. Come on. So I'm actually gonna mix a little bit of this phthalo green, phthalo, super flippin' basic. Mix my blues, and a little black, and a little yellow, but more blue. These are gonna be our mountain ranges far away. With the mountain range stuff, you kind of just feel it. Do you want a little loop there? A little humpy dumpy? Do you want a valley? Okay, valley. Now let's go into like a bigger choo 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 choo. And the more details you can get in these mountains, the better your start will be. Raw sienna. It's different than burnt sienna, but it's also burnt sienna's best friend. Scoop a touch out. Wham bam! Right now we are V flat. Not B flat, V flat. Very flat. Because it's all just building, right? Right, guys? But it's really just finding the shapes of your landscape. Let's add a little more white to this green to really... Sometimes I'll just throw white straight up on the canvas if I'm like, okay, well, this is happening. I think my reasoning for doing this is really a gift to my 60-year-old self, so that when I'm older and still thriving, I can look back and be like, oh, Paige, how sweet. Look at what you're doing. You're so great. If you need to dry your layer, because I do, and I'm gonna be layering more on top of this, just grab your Revlon. They're gonna actually dip above and below our front mountain friends. So let's see here. This is something you want to be more meticulous on. And come up. Okay. Roll this guy up. Just cut. Try to get those like as pointy as possible. And just making the little grass. I don't want to compromise the points that I've just made. Some lighter bushes in the background too. So just like Fill those in. We have some of these cream tones in here. That is a chunky cactus. It's gonna actually go like super high in the sky. Let's lay it right here. So, keeping in line. Oh my God, there's a dog wailing outside. Okay, yeah. So my goal right now is to kind of just get the shape of the cloud. We're gonna go over this with other layers, but this helps to soften it up so I don't get stuck with lines that are way too hard. And we do sort of have a bigger stormy area. Storm, storm, storm. So I'm gonna do that same little dance with your Polly Pocket technique and go right along the edge of this cloud and wiggling my hand back and forth. We're gonna go back in with a brush to really nail the highlights, but this is a good way to start. Basically going to keep doing this for a bit. Just make sure that you're not rubbing off any paint underneath your cloud. That is lifting, and that is when you're soaked and you need to get your blow dryer out and fix it. This cloud is picking up rain, so let's just do that now. Spit on this. White, blue. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you get a better understanding of how I build up my landscapes. Episode 2 is going to be about figures and skin tones because we got to add someone into this pretty landscape. Oh, and at the end of this video, I am going to plug a little clip of our friend Bob Ross. He is the one who started all of this. He is the one who brought painting to a public market on PBS and made it about life and happiness and fun. And I think it's really easy, grinding all the time, forgetting, why don't we just paint a picture? You know, like who's to say if I'm gonna sell this or not, but for me, I'm happy to see that I can still do this and accomplish this level of skill and practice. I can only get better.
But I wanna get you to try being creative on canvas, just to take your time and sit down, have nothing in mind when you start. Just have a good feeling and be happy and in love with life and your world and sit down and begin playing. And if you feel good about yourself and the world, it'll show in your painting and all these little things will happen.